Zombified, which is a zombie crossed with a slasher film.
Okay. Okay.
And then we have Joe Versafi's world premiere of Dead of Night.
Oh yeah, man, he's been working on that for a long time.
He's been working on that for a long time, and
Woo!
that's a medieval knight in present day.
That's right.
Causing all kinds of mayhem.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Three Zone Show. We want to give a special shout out to Joe Versafi. He was one of our first guests way back 6 months ago, and he was, man, he's the first person to get me paid as an actor.
Really?
Yeah, I got the check around. I'm supposed to put it in the frame.
That's awesome. Well, Joe has been doing casting for years.
Man.
And he's such a great guy. He's so supportive, so enthusiastic.
That's right.
And I hope he does really well at Dead of Night.
At Dead of Night, yeah. He has the spooky down. He has it down, man. That's great. So yeah, I didn't know Joe was doing this premiere there. That's great. Dead of Night.
Yeah. So that's our program.
So that's gonna be the Horror Fest kickoff.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the top 8 films from Splatterfest are going to go on and screen at Bloodbath 2 in Dallas in November. And again, you can get all that information at splatterfest.com, and there's a link to the Bloodbath 2 website so you can see the screening deals. And so that's the cool thing for filmmakers involved in Splatterfest. They're going to get 2 festival laurels to put on their credits. They're going to get Splatterfest and they're going to get Bloodbath 2 if they're selected. To the top 8 films will. So I think it's really a great opportunity for some filmmakers to get exposure, and Bloodbath 2 is a great festival. Spirit Camp screened at the first Bloodbath last year, and we had a great response and a great turnout. Andy Rose does that. He's a great guy and just a great independent film supporter, and we kind of use that to kick off our terrific tour around the country with Spirit Camp. We just did a Los Angeles premiere back in May with Dances with Films.
It's good that you had that experience.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, I know what to do. I've built my own distribution company. I'm distributing Spirit Camp myself.
Right.
We're having our national DVD release on October 12th, where we'll have a wider availability.
Right.
Right now it's just on Amazon.com and SpiritCampMovie.com.
So you download it?
So no, you can buy the DVD.
And you get it in the mail.
Yeah, you get it in the mail. I ship it out. We also have a special limited edition DVD that comes with it's autographed by the girls, and it comes with an autographed
the cheerleaders.
The cheerleaders, the important part.
That's right.
And it comes with an autographed pair of panties.
Oh yeah. So, now that's marketing, baby.
And that's our biggest seller.
Right.
We will be available on Netflix. You can actually go to Netflix right now and save it to your queue. The DVD won't come until it's actually released to Netflix.
Okay.
But,
good deal.
Even if you own it, go ahead and put it in your queue, because the more people that save it, the more copies Netflix will buy from me.
That's sweet. We gotta support. Support. That's great, man. I'm learning a lot right here. I'm mentally taking notes. I'm going to
write a book. I'm going to write a book about the whole distribution process, because from start to finish, it was kind of overwhelming, and we got a lot of offers from top distributors.
Okay.
And just a lot of deals, and I'm one of these kind of guys that I actually read contracts.
Right.
And you start reading the fine print, and you realize, wow, I'm not going to make any money until about 30,000 units get sold, and then it's just pennies, and it's like it's really,
you did all the hard work.
I did all the work, and I'm not going to let somebody go out and make a ton of money off the sweat off my back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, anything more than 20 to 30% is like, come on, guys. Come on. What value are you really bringing to my product?
And even at 20 to 30%, they've got ways.
Yeah.
They've got ways to expense things out. And,
right.
So really, my goal with my company, Kerosene Films, is to expand as a full distributor, and to make 1-2 films a year, and acquire other films to distribute as we get bigger, and not only distribute domestically but internationally with the foreign sales.
Right.
So that's
very
something that I'm looking to expand and grow into.
That's great. I had a question here that said, "Hey, what are your future goals?" You just knocked that one up the park. That's great, man.
Well, I want to keep making horror films. I love the genre. We had so much fun making this movie.
I was just about to say, why that genre for you as an individual?
Well, the cool thing about horror is you get to cross so many different genres. You can do scary, you can do comedy, you can do action, you chills, you can do gore, and you can do that all in the same movie.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and it's really one of the only genres that you can do that. And you don't have to have a big name actor to do horror. You know, you can take a bunch of hot girls and throw them in the woods and hack them up, and people seem to like that.
That's right.
That's what I did.
Hot girls is always a great ingredient to the formula.
Right. Right. You know?
What was the movie about? I don't know. Did you see that hot girl? The way she, man, that's great.
I was reading this article with Kevin Williamson, who's the writer of Scream, and you know he was saying the ironic thing about horror films is you're taking all these really hot girls, and the killer's running around trying to kill them, and everybody else is running around trying to fuck them.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. That's right. It's like, what the heck was he thinking?
What's he thinking?
Come on,
Stop
man.
chasing her.
If you would just talk to her.
Just buy flowers instead. You know.
That's funny. That's great, man. So yeah, I mean it's a fun genre.
It is.
I agree.
It really is.
I agree. It's a fun genre.
You know, making a movie has definitely been the most challenging thing I've ever done professionally.
Okay.
But the most rewarding. I
Okay.
mean, blood, sweat, and tears in this thing.
So on average, how long would you say? Because you shot different length movies.
Yeah.
So on average, can you give us from shooting to editing to being finished based on a different length? Like let's just say the one we're doing this weekend, we're gonna try to do all of it.
You're all gonna do it in 54 hours.
You know, that's
Yeah.
writing the script and everything.
Yeah.
That's like props, building everything. You know,
That's
if we
crazy.
decide to build something.
But,
yeah. So that's intense. It's not normal.
Yeah, it's
above average.
It's
So on average,
You know, it really depends on the resources you have available.
Okay.
Like a major feature film production company will come in town and they will block out, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 weeks. Some shoot for 6 months, but those are the $200 million movies.
oh yeah.
But your average, I think, budget movie shoots anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks,
Mhm.
and they'll shoot 6 days on, 1 day off,
Right.
and knock out all the principal photography right in a row, and then they'll take it back.
So
and
pause for a
edit.
second. Principal photography.
That is your first unit stuff with all your main cast and crew.
Okay.
Once you go and you shoot and you come back, usually during that process you'll have a second unit
Mhm.
that goes out and picks up all the inserts. So like say we're shooting this scene and
Okay.
you reach over to grab the Coca-Cola and take a drink.
Right.
Maybe I want to do a cutaway of that Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Well, if you're, Sean Connery,
Right.
I'm not going to waste Sean Connery's time shooting the insert on that. I'm going to shoot all of his coverage and let him go, and I'm going to have stunt double come in and shoot the insert.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You can't
wow.
waste time. All the, like, say the exteriors are cars driving down the highway or stuff where you don't see actors' faces and there's
Right.
not a lot of acting involved.
Those are called
Typically, you'll have second unit go out and shoot that while you're doing the main
a second
stuff.
camera unit.
Second
okay,
camera.
I got you. I
Now,
got you.
when you're doing films like we're doing,
Right.
I'm the second unit.
Right, I'm the
guy
first and the second.
Yeah, I'm the first and the second unit. So,
Right.
and then once you get through production, you have what's called pickups.
Okay.
So you get into editing, you're cutting this, and you're going, you know what? I really need this shot. Okay, let's go back out and pick that up.
I remember we did that.
Yeah.
we did that.
You
We
want to
had
keep
do that.
pickups to a minimum because they're expensive, and
Mhm.
usually it's several months later, and the actors look different. They may not be available.
Oh,
So
yeah?
you can't really rely on that. That's that's
So-
a luxury item.
So this thing about the actors looking different. We know about Christian Bale
Mhm.
and 50 Cent being emaciated for their roles.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean that's completely different than the other movies they were in.
Mhm.
But just to segue, when we were last Thursday, when we were talking about what we're gonna do, what we're gonna try to do, Stormy was like, "Hey, don't shave. Stop shaving."
You're gonna have continuity. You're gonna have to
Right.
look the same all the way through.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's easier since it's a 3-day span. It's like just let your beard grow out.
Yeah,
as
that's
opposed
easier.
to trying to stay clean shaven. Yeah.
And that's the thing when you're doing a movie in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, continuity among people's hairstyles is not going to change much. Spirit Camp, we shot, a weekend here, a week there, a week here over the course of a year and a half.
Okay.
You
So.
know,
a whole-
and so
yeah, 18 months.
keeping the girl's hair length and the color correct is
Challenge.
interesting. I mean, if you
Yeah.
look at the movie, Julian's hair starts out here and keeps getting longer. And longer. And you know what? I don't notice that stuff, and I think if people pick pick up and go, you know what, her and here's Wonder, I've lost you as an audience.
Oh, really?
I feel like if you're really nitpicking that kind of continuity issue, my story sucks. I've lost you, and the continuity doesn't matter anymore.